stood upon the sand of the sea and saw a beast. Rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up. Who is able to make war with him?
Dlaczego mogę siedzieć w ciepłym pomieszczeniu, na wygodnym fotelu, obżerać się tłustymi chipsami i enjoyować ten pokazuje i objaśnia piękny widok. Tak nie wygląda wielki ucisk. Tak w ogóle ucisk nie wygląda. Ok? Tak w ogóle ucisk nie wygląda. Tak w ogóle ucisk nie wygląda.
Civil War or World War, pick your pick. That's why I'm out here in a tractor at dusk in a rainstorm tilling the land because it's go time. Russia is going to drop a nuke very soon. I don't know where they're going to do it, but they're going to have no other choice. The decision has been made. It's going to happen. This diversionary fiasco that people are transfixed on right now in the United States, as pertinent as it might be to domestic issues, even though I still think it's largely just theater, away from all the other goings-on geopolitically around the world, and while it is an unprecedented event unto itself, in a series of unprecedented events that have characterized the modern day, I still think the bigger story today was the one that was completely covered up by what happened with Trump. And that is that, according to Politico, Biden has already secretly greenlit Ukraine to launch long-range strikes into Russia. Okay? Now, this is exactly what I said yesterday. I told you guys that this ambiguity that they were fronting as is completely meaningless. And the fact that this was a secret that was permitted a couple weeks ago tells you that there are more secrets right now, and as there should be. I mean, we've gotten accustomed to being given the play-by-play, which is completely idiotic, to broadcast what your plans are going to be. I mean, that's in defiance to some of the core tenets of the art of war. Yet our leaders are telegraphing their moves in slow motion for our adversaries, it seems. But we know there's a lot of secrets, and as there should be, this is war. The question is, what other secrets? And of course, those secrets are now going to be, most certainly, in the direction of escalation. People do not realize how important and how significant it is. I want you to really wrap your head around this. Not only have all the European countries in unison, essentially within the span of a few days, basically agreed to allow Ukraine to target deep inside Russia, okay? And this is with weapon systems that they've all pledged. So this is not just based on what they already have. This is based on what they're going to be getting, including F-16s, which is why a very well-respected political scientist named Sergei Markov thinks that the Russians are going to drop a tactical nuke in early June. Now, people need to really put this in perspective. You have the United States of America, the second largest nuclear power on Earth, green-lighting Ukraine to use the weapons that it provides to attack Russia, and not just close to the Kharkov region. That's what they're saying. That's how they kind of walked it back a little bit. They said, oh, well, actually, we just meant in and around the Kharkov region, what these guys think Russia is bluffing. And I can tell you right now that Russia is about to drop a nuke somewhere. And the reason why I know this is because, or the reason why I can make a very high probability inference about this situation is because I pay a lot of attention to Russian media. I study it. And what I can tell you is that what once was a story and a hypothetical doctrine that was proposed by the fringes of the Russian political science class has now become not only mainstream, but front page mainstream. And on RT, for the last couple days, the headline story has been this policy of escalate to de-escalate, doing a demonstrative strike to snap the West out of their delusional hypnotic state, and in an attempt to scare people. And I want you to just imagine that you wake up to the news that Russia has detonated a nuclear weapon. I just want you to play that tape through and imagine the panic. Okay, I want you to seriously imagine the headline. I want you to imagine when that picture, because someone's going to get a picture of it. There's going to be a picture of it. And it's going to be an iconic one. When it happens, it's going to scare the out of people. And what this might in fact do, and this is why it's so likely that it's going to happen, because it might in fact work to de-escalate. This might create an anti-war movement, the likes of which we've never seen before. Right now, the anti-war crowd is pretty fixated on what's going on in Palestine, and for good reason. But that could quickly shift if a nuclear weapon is dropped. Watch how quickly that could shift. But only, of course, if the funding is there. Okay, because we all know that there's a lot of shady agencies and institutes who fund these protests. So if the funding is there, it's going to happen.